Barcelona 2, Manchester United 2. That's how the first leg of the knockout stage of the UEFA Europa League has ended down in Barcelona. That is the Spotify Stadium. Rashford scoring the equalizer. Then he put in a cross that found Bruno Fernandes' flick, and obviously Jules Koundé netted in his own goal to make it 2-1. Then we had a chance to lead that game of football, but I think Rafinha laid into a very pinpointing ball that was damaged by the foot of Lewandowski, and obviously it went to the back of the net. That goal was given to Rafinha. Most of you thought it was a goal for Lewandowski, but it wasn't, because he never even put a touch onto it. But it found itself in the back of the net, and it ended 2-2 in an end-to-end game. That's how I can describe it. Erik ten Hag showing how good he is and how far he can take United in the levels, or the levels of the galaxy, or in the galaxy of the legends and galaxy of the European giants. Because Barcelona, as we came into this game, there are some pundits I looked at that were not giving United a chance. They thought that Barcelona had Lewandowski, they had Gavi, Pedri, and I've always told you, Gavi and Pedri are really overrated. Let me tell you this, they're overrated, because if you get Zidane Iqbal, put him into that game of football, Okobi Maino, they can play well like how Pedri and Gavi are playing. They can even play better than them, you get. But because the level of competition in the La Liga is really low compared to that of the Premier League, you can't risk it out in the Premier League. But in the La Liga, you can risk it out with those young talents like Gavi, Pedri, Alejandro Balde. You can, because that's what the league calls for. But the Premier League, you can't risk it all out with the likes of Zidane Iqbal and with Zidane Iqbal and Kobe Maino. So, welcome to United Matters channel. Rokan David is my name. I am here to break down the game of Manchester United versus Barcelona. And we've won this game of football, and it's we who are really doing the needful to see to it that we really host them at Old Trafford and really find them beaten. That's it. As it stands right now, United are really having an edge. As I told you, that my preferred result is really a draw for Manchester United, and I think we've gone ahead to really get it. And I knew Barcelona were going to go all out and really score. And I knew we are going to go ahead and really put goals past Barcelona. If you watched my match build-up very well, I told you that my most preferred result is a draw, because I know every time Barcelona has been playing teams of Europe in this tournament, all at their stadium, they've gone ahead to concede very many goals. I told you, they conceded 3 against Bayern Munich, they swallowed 3 against Inter Milan, and 1 against Pleasant. So those were close to 7 goals at their stadium. I knew it very well that we are going to score goals. And because we also concede goals when you're playing away from home, I knew we are going to concede. And when I really went ahead to tally it out, I knew that we were going to draw that game of football. But a win was just some 10-15 minutes away from really achieving it, because Barcelona get their equalizer in the 76th minute. Remember, we get a second goal in the 59th minute, meaning that it took them 16 minutes to level up the game of football. Yet for us as Manchester United, when Barcelona scored in the 50th minute, Rashford responded 2 minutes later, and after 7 minutes later, after Rashford leveling the game, we get a lead in the 59th minute. It shows you how important United has turned to be as a team, because when you look at the way we responded, it's really out of this world. You will love it, because the last time we went to play at Barcelona away, you know what happened? I think it ended 4-0. It ended 4-0, and I remember it was Messi with a brace, and who else? Who else? Let me check here. But it ended 4-0 in the first half of the game. In the first half of the game, we had conceded close to 3 goals, and we couldn't really get back. You get? That is really something that you can't see right now here when United really went there, and we obviously lost 3-0. I remember we lost 3-0 in that game of football full time, and goals came in thick and fast, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was the manager. And obviously it was really a certain game of football that you can't even think about. But it shows you how, when you're having a good manager, how things really turn out and come in your favor. Erik ten Hag has really gone there, knowing that all I need is simple. I have to go to Barcelona, hold myself very well, capitalize on those chances. When they're really coming through, we score them. But I was a little bit pissed in the first half because however much Barcelona had chances, but all the chances they got that David De Gea saved were as mistakes from our defenders. I think there was one from Bissaka, there was one from was it Rafael Varane, who else? And obviously Lewandowski capitalized onto this. But we never saw Barcelona get a goal in a proper build-up, meaning that if we are at Old Trafford, I think we are going to beat them and we are going to knock them out. We are going to knock them out. And as I'm watching a game of football, I think Frankie de Jong is being taught a lesson that you're not supposed to be at Barcelona. You're supposed to be at Manchester United because Casemiro is winning the midfield battle over you, and you're supposed to be playing alongside him with Freddie. You're supposed to be playing alongside Casemiro at Manchester United, and Freddie shouldn't be playing in for Manchester United. But the big question is, if at all he had brought in Frankie de Jong, would he have brought in Casemiro? That is a very big question, because we get in Casemiro because we don't get Frankie de Jong, and we use the money for signing Frankie de Jong. We pay it to Real Madrid, we get in Casemiro, something I always refer to as a blessing in disguise. But Frankie de Jong had nothing to do in that entire game. And if at all you don't watch him regularly, you'll say he's not a very good player, but he's a very good player. But he was against one of the best CDMs in the world, that is Casemiro. And when you look at the likes of Frank Kessie, they are nowhere to be seen. I think Rafinha was not all that active in that game of football, but what brings him in this mention is the free kick, is the corner kick brings in, and Freddie doesn't jump with Alonso, and we really concede, because one will say Freddie's short Rokani, but would have gone ahead to really, how would he have gone ahead to really jump, all-out jump Marco Alonso? But I'm telling you the truth. If at all someone is tall and someone short jumps, at least he makes him uncomfortable. But he got a free header. That's why he nodded at the back of the net, because no one was marking him. Freddie was just there, and Freddie came to life in the second half. But in the first half, Freddie was out of this world. And this is where you know that missing Sabitzer and Lisandro Martinez were really big blows into this game of football, because Luke Shaw is not comfortable on the ball as Lisandro Martinez, and it was hard for us to build from the back. We are not having Lisandro Martinez, but good enough. We've gone ahead to get a result of a draw, and they are coming to Old Trafford. Sabitzer is going to be back. Lisandro Martinez is going to be back. Anthony Martial and Scott McTominay might find themselves back. So I believe we might be having a fully fit squad into that team of football. And I pity Barcelona, because I don't see them get a result at Old Trafford. I think because if we can take a game to them at Barcelona in their stadium like that, then we can do anything at Old Trafford. They are destined for annihilation, not even for a small beating. I think we can put 3 goals past Barcelona at Old Trafford. We can, because we are going to be having that crowd rallying us. The double pivot is really going to be different. Casemiro and Sabitzer, I think that's how we're going to play, because Freddie needs a rest. Then Lisandro Martinez off the back, Luke Shaw taking back his left spot. I believe it's really going to be a very beautiful game to watch, and I am really anticipating for that game. United versus Barcelona at Old Trafford next week. I'm really anticipative about that game of football, because I know we are going to do what we are supposed to do, and we are going to knock Barcelona out. That's it. We are going to knock them out. I've liked the way Bissaka's played. David De Gea, oh my God, this guy needs to get his kudos, because in the first half, he made 3 saves that keep us in the game. In the second half, he makes close to 3 saves that keep us in the game. And this is what you need if at all you are having or playing against a team like Barcelona, because they'll come all out at you. They'll come all out at you, and you need a goalkeeper to do this, because there are some times when the defenders can't do anything, when the brilliancy of the opponents you are playing has really taken over. Like in this game, the brilliancy of Barcelona reached an extent, especially when they conceded the second goal, they threw their bodies up high the pitch, and we are really, 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 really overpowered. And this is where you know that having a player like Sabitzer in that game would have been a different boost altogether, because the checkmates he makes, the compartments he makes and blocks, and the way he's comfortable on the ball are better than those of Freddie. Winning the ball, blocks, I think Barcelona are going to find it hard. Even if they bring back Sergio Busquets, I think he's not going to be even match fit because he's coming from injury. He's not going to go ahead and redo the needful, because they've even gotten an injury. They've gotten an injury of Pedri, one of their best players, according to me, though I believe he's overrated, and he never even finished the first half, and he got a knock, and Pedri went down holding his left leg in the 42nd minute, and he was really taken off, and Sergio Roberto came on through to play the game of football, and he's one of their best players on the field of play. That means if he recovers early enough, he'll come in through and really play, but I think this injury is serious, and I think him coming into this game, he knew he was injured, but Xavi forced him on the field of play. And I think that injury worsened, and he took him on the field because he couldn't hold his legs any longer on the field of play. The other player that is really out is Gavi. Gavi is out because he has gotten a second yellow card. And how does he get it? He holds Freddie by his shirt, and obviously Freddie goes down, and Gavi is given a yellow card. He's out of the other game. The other player that is really out, Ousmane Dembele, is out. Don't expect him to come in through and play, but the rest of their players are really available to come in and really play into that beautiful game of football. But I believe we showcased what United is all about, and I think you guys have loved the game. I'm having Job Nyamwega says tried. Then Josiga Amidu, bro, the program of Manchester United is the problem of the Manchester United is the referee, but they are playing very well. By the way, let's talk about the refereeing today. I believe Rashford was brought down. Jules Koundé brings Rashford down. I don't think Rashford is that player who is going to find himself down because he wants a penalty. No, he knew that he had gone past all those players and he was going to approach the goalkeeper to score that goal. But he's brought down, and the referee just waves on for the game to go on. And I'm asking myself, where's VAR? Where is VAR? Because I believe Rashford was brought down, though Rashford really lacked a little bit of composition in that game of football to do more, especially in the second half, because if at all he composes himself more, we score more 2 goals. Those opportunities were there. That's where I call out for Anton Martial to be fit for the game of Barcelona. You have Anton Martial in the game of Barcelona. Barcelona is done. Sabitzer, Anton Martial, Anthony, and Alessandro Martinez returning in that team of United. I think they are done. Even today, you have Sabitzer in that double pivot with Casemiro. You get Anton Martial leading the line. Anthony off the right. I'm not downplaying the efforts of Sancho. Sancho really played very, very well today. I like his work rate. He drops well, but I believe Anthony gives us better balance because it's easy for him to cut inside and really bring in that cross or go in for Kala, because I believe Jordi Alba is an easy player to go past. He's an easy player to beat. Anthony has the pace, he has the skill set to really sit him down. And I think we get them back in. I think this team is really destined for a very big beating. Then I'm having Norman Norbert. David, how do you see the unstoppable goal machine Rashford penalty that made Ten Hag over-complain and really receive a yellow card? It was a penalty, guys, because he's brought down. He's brought down. You get? He does an overstep. The ball goes through his legs, and Jules Koundé makes contact with his left leg. That's why he goes down. And why would he go down when he's having the ball and there is lots of space and no one can close him down? That means he was brought down, and this is where I call upon for the inconsistency of the VAR. I don't know why. Because we are playing this game of football because of VAR. The inconsistency of VAR is the one that's making us play this game of football, because if they never gave us that, if we never considered the penalty against Real Sociedad, we wouldn't have been playing this game of football. We would have been resting, preparing to play against Leicester City. That's it. But because the referee gave a stupid penalty at Old Trafford, because that ball, before striking or striking the hand of Lisandro Martinez, it comes off his thigh. That's not a penalty. And it was given stupidly. So we are here because of VAR, and I believe they are really a team that has really gone to be exposed today by United. This is Michael Sebunya, brother. Thank you for watching in. Then I'm having Vemex Perez. Now let's wait them at Old Trafford. Obviously, let's wait them at our fortress because they told us that they don't concede goals. We've gone ahead to beat them 2 at their stadium, and it would have gone nasty if at all Rashford was really more composed. And there is even this miss of Weghorst. Do you remember this miss? Guys? Weghorst misses this. Weghorst missed that. In the 28th minute, Barca made the half clear, only for the ball to be returned down in the middle via Fernandes Georgia's pass. And Fernandes got this ball at the arc that is in the half of Barcelona, and he releases Weghorst, you get, and he batters his shot straight at Ter Stegen, and obviously he made himself big, but he should never been allowed to make that save. And I think Weghorst today got that. This was the best chance of the first half for both teams. It was the best chance because Weghorst runs in very well. He's expected to make a good finish, but I think he goes in for a hurried effort that I believe he would have composed himself better, and I believe he would have done better onto that chance. But he exonerates himself in the second half by getting Jadon Sancho a very good chance. You remember that very well when he really did a flick with his feet and it found with his ankle, I think it found Sancho, and Sancho really went all in and never put himself on target. And if at all we compose ourselves, we would have gone ahead to win this game of football. You know that very well. But I believe it's always good to go to this side of Barcelona. You get a result because it has been a stadium where we rarely won. I think we last won there when we are playing in the. Did we? I think we've taken very many years without winning because even in 1999 we drew 3-3. That was not played. I think it was played in Amsterdam, not in a stadium, but we drew 3-3. We returned there in 2008. 2008, we draw. That's when we win the Champions League. It was a semi-final, the first leg we drew with them. Ronaldo gets a penalty, misses it. They come to Old Trafford. We beat them by 1-0. Ever since then, we've never gone ahead to beat Barcelona. After that finale, after that semi-final, we played Barcelona in 2 finales of the Champions League. 2009, they beat us 2-0. 2011, they beat us 3-1. So that's how bad we looked. And when we went there last year, in the season of 2019, Champions League quarterfinal, after Rashford knocked out PSG, they beat us 3-0. At Old Trafford, they beat us 1-0 with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So it shows you how bad we've been really conceding goals and really letting them in for a side known as Barcelona. Now, as things look like, let's get into a little bit of these, how this goal comes in through. This is the goal as how it comes in through. Easy goals given out by Manchester United to Barcelona. Both goals were easy. They were easy giveaway. These were gifts. And you shouldn't be giving these goals out. You shouldn't. Because I think we should find means of really marking Barcelona better. But it shows you how much we combated them in the midfield because they never came all out to get a very clear look or a very clear go to our goal. We stopped them. We did all the necessary efforts to stop them from really coming next to our goal. And I believe David De Gea did his job. And we defended very well. But I believe just because we are away from home, we expected that. Because if you open up like that, or especially you concede, then they scored in the 50th minute. Guess what Marcus Rashford does? He comes in through. He levels this game in the 52nd minute. Kudos to United's attitude. Conceding in the 50th minute, 2 minutes later, you level the game. That is attitude of the highest order. Marcus Rashford flying high in the galaxy of strikers of the season and the best strikers in the world ever since the World Cup ended. This is his 16th game, and he's going ahead to play he has gone ahead to score his 14th goal, leveling his best ever goals, all his best ever tally for Manchester United, and that was 22 goals in the season of 2019-2020 when we finished second in the Premier League. So Rashford has leveled it, and we still have very many games to go. With this score, I think we are through to the next round, meaning that we are having three more games to play in the UEFA Europa League. We're having an FA Cup game. We are having a finale. Those are 6, plus the 15 games that we are left with. That means he left with close to 21 games to play. So if at all we continue into the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, we might have more 30 games. We might have more 30 games to be played, and Rashford might find himself even netting in goals that we expect him to go. Now, after that, Rashford scoring that one, he went ahead to really do a very good. Where is it? Where is it? The second goal. How does it come about? Obviously, we went ahead to score the second one through Marcus Rashford. Rashford brings in a very good effort. It finds a player called Bruno. Bruno flips it into the back of the net to make it how much? To make it 2-1 for Manchester United, and that came in after several minutes. But we had lots of games to play. But let's talk a little bit about David De Gea. This guy is really great for the club of Manchester United. Look at that save. He makes that save. That is David De Gea. He makes it in the 47th minute when the second half really starts. I think it's Rafinha who goes in for that shot, and David De Gea covers it very well, and it doesn't go into the back of our net. Then later, Lewandowski in the 8th minute, he got that chance, hit it, and obviously De Gea denies him a chance. Then that is the Weghorst miss. And obviously, this guy is really missing this game of football, and he goes by the names of, he got an injury, but it's not confirmed whether he's missing out or not. But let's go into the stats and see who had more possession, who had more shots on target, who really composed himself better, because we are all smiles after getting a draw. And I predicted a draw, guys. If I don't remember very well, I predicted a draw, and I went for a draw. And obviously, that's how things have gone ahead to pan out at the Spotify Camp Nou Stadium. Barcelona had 18 shots. United too had 18. Now, if we are playing away in Barcelona and you had 18 shots, guys, how is it going to be like at Old Trafford? Because we've turned it into a fortress. We last lost a game when you're playing against Real Sociedad. That's it. And we are robbed by the referee. I repeat it, we are robbed. So, Barca is coming to our fortress. Then, 8 shots on target by Barca. United had 5. I think would have gotten 9. 100% believe if at all you want to kill off the game, you should get half of your total shots on target. That calls for 9. 4 more needed more composure. And I believe we lack composure and composition, concentration into that final third. Concentration is really lacking, because every time we concentrate, we win. Every time we concentrate, we score. Look at Rashford's goal. He concentrates, goes in for the near post, into the back of the net. The second goal, we start the corner. Rashford goes past Rafinha. He puts in a square. Bruno flicks it. Jules Koundé heads it into his own net. That's how we really score. But every time we don't get that composition in front of goal, we don't score. Then 61% ball possession by Barcelona. United had 39%. Obviously, expected that because Barcelona were at their stadium and they're a high possessing side, having Xavi for close to a year now, ever since he came in through. And some months as their manager. Remember, he joined them in January. That's it. And 475 passes completed by Barcelona. United completed 311. That's not bad if we are playing Barcelona away from home. 81% passing accuracy by Barcelona. United had 73. To me, it's not bad. Playing away at Barcelona, ending that game in a draw, meaning that we just have to look out for any win. If we get any win, we are through to the next stage. That's it. Any win, that's it. We get to the next stage. And we showed a lot of character and courage, because they score against us, we level, and we go ahead of them. That means that we just needed to get ourselves composed and see to it that we don't allow that Rafinha ball that he brings in, but I think we allow in that ball, and that really creates a lot of problems to us. 10 fouls by Barcelona, 12 fouls by Manchester United. You see, we are almost close. And this is also indicated in the yellow cards. 2 yellow cards to Barcelona, and United had 3 yellow cards. Then 0 red cards to both sides, 0 offsides to Barcelona, 1 to Manchester United, 8 corners for Barcelona, and United had 5. It shows you that it was a balanced game if at all you watched it, and if at all you see the results, then you can't go all out and say that we didn't put in an effort as we who like Manchester United into this mix. Now, let me go into your comments, guys. Wow, United, that is Barista David. Thank you for watching in. Then I'm having Issa Abide, Ronald Molinda. We were a bit sluggish in defense. A call for Martinez back. Yeah, we need Martinez back. It's really going to be important. And guys, you might be only calling for Martinez back, but there are very many people that are going to return. Martial, Anthony, and Scott McTominay are really doing individual training on the grass. That was confirmed by Erik ten Hag in the pre-match press conference held in Barcelona yesterday. You never know how they are going to respond tomorrow and on Saturday, because you are playing on Sunday at Old Trafford. You never know. 1, 2, or 3 might be on the bench. You get? And if at all they're not on the bench for the game of Barca, I believe for the game of Leicester City, I think for the game of Barca, Ten Hag is going to have them all back. You have all those back, Barca has no chance at Old Trafford. That's it. They are not better than Arsenal. They are not better than Man City. But we beat all those teams. That means Barca is going to fall on the sword of Manchester United. And this is a reality check for Barcelona. You know, I've had people argue that the Premier League is not better than the La Liga. Guys, the Premier League is 100% better than the La Liga. That's it. Look at how a third-place team went away at Barcelona and played without its top players. Most of its top players, no Martial, no Anthony, no Lisandro Martinez, no Sabitzer, no Eriksson. You get? Just imagine if at all you had Sabitzer on the bench, Eriksson starting with Casemiro in the double pivot, Bruno in the camp because today he never played in the camp because Anthony was away. Then Anthony off the right, Rashford off the left, Martial leading the line with a bench of Sancho, Garnacho, Facundo Pellistri, Vaghos, Sabitzer, Fred Rodriguez. You see, you are having a bench that is really good and dynamic, that if at all you feel like you can change anything around, you can go ahead and really make a very huge change that will give a team a win. Then Thomas Donko, the boys did well. Yeah, they did well. Well-deserved point, because I was anticipating that, because I know I needed to respect Barcelona, because I know they're a good side. They're having Lewandowski, who is really technically gifted. Rafinha, you've seen him today. He has decided whether Barcelona loses this game or not with that pinpoint cross that resulted into a goal, into the back of the net. You get? They're really a very good team. Why Ten Hag doesn't want Zidane Iqbal chance to play? I know the reason. He doesn't give him a chance to play because the Premier League is really competitive. You get? You cannot take a risk. You can't take a risk. That's it. You can't take a risk. It's very easy to take a risk on players like Garnacho who play off wide, but in the midfield you cannot take a risk. I tell you, if Zidane Iqbal was a player who was playing in the wide areas, or a left attacking midfielder or right attacking midfielder, obviously he would have found himself into the starting 11 of United very many times because he's talented and gifted. But in the midfield, it's really a different game of football together, because Ten Hag knows that games of football are won and lost in the midfield. So he doesn't want to overcommit himself and really see his team either lose. Smash the like button, guys. We are only having 26 people watching in. It's really a shame, guys. 150 people watching in with only 27 likes, guys. Smash the like button, guys. I'm having Nicholas from Kenya. I'm speechless indeed. This is beautiful. Luckily, if Anthony and Martial will be back, and Martinez and Sabitzer, we beat them hands down. That's it. That's it. Even if we have Anthony back, Sabitzer, Lisandro Martinez, those 3 returning, it's going to be a very huge boost in that midfield, because you know that Bruno is going to be played into his favorite position as a central attacking midfielder. And you know how he performs better and gives us a drive going forward when he's playing that position. You know that very well. So I 100% believe when Bruno gets into his position, Anthony off the right, Rashford off the left, and maybe Weghorst through the center, this team is done. At Old Trafford, we are going to beat them because Ten Hag is going to turn around the tactics because he knows we are home, and they are going to come respecting us. They are not going to open up the game like they've done at their place. They are going to come with a lot of respect at Old Trafford. Then Carole Moses Pasco. Today, Freddie has tried the midfield. The first half, he was sluggish. Second half, he came up and really gave us a game. So he was a different kind of player in both halves. First half looked rusty. Second half, Freddie picked up, and that is good for him. Not bad result for United, but the referees all are against us as if they have bet. Muzamiru Gaddafi. But I think the best result is that we've not lost that game of football. If at all we had lost that game of football, I think that would have been so much sounding. But let's go with a draw. 2-2. They are coming at Old Trafford. I think they are falling on the sword of Manchester United, guys. I think they are going to be beaten badly at Old Trafford. That's what I'm thinking. Then Dennis Ibanda, thanks a lot, Rokani. I'm grateful for your work. I'm proud of Rashi because he's ever trying to get us goals. That's it. Rashford is really a goal machine and is doing the best and is having his best season ever in the game of football. If at all you know what I'm talking about, Rashford is really doing the needful to himself, and I believe he has all what it takes to become a world-class player. You know, where Rashford is, that's what we call top class. And what makes you top class is simple. You are top class if at all you are really a good player. But the moment you do things consistently, that's what makes you world class. Now, Rashford needs to give us another season and another season, like the next 5 seasons of his career, performing at this level. If he does that, he's obviously a world-class player, and he's really getting in goals. 22 goals this season. And I know he's going to score against Leicester over the weekend. He's going to score against them. That's it. But I think Bissaka is good. Bassa is good in set pieces. Baka, you're saying Baka? You're talking about Barca. Okay, you're asking Barcelona. But it shows you how they are not yet to that level of being a giant killer as they were years back. Because I've known Barcelona for being a team that really plays an open game. Set pieces are by the ways. You get? They do the possession, they knock the ball around, and go in for that killer pass. That's it. Because they're having the best striker in the world. Lewandowski, with no doubt, he's the best number 9 in the world. That's it. You have him. Why don't you create him chances? Because the only chance Lewandowski got was a giveaway in the midfield. And he couldn't even go, he couldn't get himself comfortable to shoot out goal, to get that ball past David De Gea, because Rafael Varane tracked back easily and made him uncomfortable to shoot. And David De Gea saved that ball into the corner. So how can you turn out into a team that was passing very well and obviously turn into a team that scores set pieces? It's a drop-off for me. It's a drop-off for me. You get? It's a drop-off for me. It's like us starting to score set pieces a lot. I won't like it. It's okay, but set pieces, most of them come in through as luck. Even if you do training, even if you train out of set pieces, it doesn't mean that it's going to work out on the field of play. The set piece we scored against Arsenal, you get? The set piece we scored against Nottingham Forest, that of Rashford. How many have we gone ahead to score again? So set pieces, some of them just come in as luck, and just because your opponent just fails to mark you out. That's it. Ochila Caesar, let's wait for them at Old Trafford. Martinez, Sabitzer, Anton Martial will be around. Let's pray that Anton Martial and Anthony will be around. But for Martinez and Sabitzer, obviously they're going to be around. But Scott McTominay might return early enough. That's it. Then I'm having, I know Mugisha Willie, David De Gea, man of the match. Obviously, he has put out a man of the match performances. The saves he made, really extraordinary. And his ball distribution, guys, have you checked it out today? He's improving. He's becoming a better keeper doing this job at Manchester United. And I believe no reason for us to go out and spend out huge on a goalkeeper. Why should we? Why should we spend out huge on a goalkeeper when you are having David De Gea, good shot stopper, and improving game in, game out? Jason Fred, it was a brilliant game. Now I can spy I can say honestly, this is a new Man United. I'm proud of the boys. Obviously, it's a new Manchester United under the management of Erik ten Hag. The money that has been made a very huge turnaround for Manchester United, and he's really trying to see to it that we continue not to lose away from home and obviously get through into these competitions. And you know him. He has been at these levels a lot. And that's where I pity and really feel sorry for the Chelsea manager. That is Graham Potter. They are telling him to do things that he has never done. For Ten Hag, he has been the Champions League. He has coached in the UEFA Europa League. He at one time in the season that Barcelona beats us 3-0 and 1-0 at Old Trafford, he took Ajax until the semi-final. That's it. That's how far he went. So he knows what to do when you're playing away in a cup tournament like this. So he knows it. He knows it very well. Then thanks for the show, David. That is Hassan Bisegera. Thank you for watching in, my mate. Then I'm having Salom Jata. I'm happy for the boys. I think we are all happy for the boys. And if at all you're happy for the boys, smash the like button. We're having 37 likes only, yet we are having 130 people watching in. Let's smash it to 100, guys. Smash the like button to 100 people, guys. Smash it. Everyone watching in, smash the like button, my mates. Barrister David, that defense of Barca, you just wait at Old Trafford when Martial is back. And I mentioned about it in the match day live or the match build-up, that how can you bench Eric Garcia and you bring in Marcos Alonso? Him getting your goal does not really exonerate him from how he was exposed by Rashford. Rashford outpaced him, and Ten Hag out-tricked tactically the manager of Barcelona. Xavi came in knowing that Rashford is going to be playing off wide left, and what he did was to put in a Rojo to mark Rashford. But what Ten Hag did, he went in for that lead system. You get Weghorst in the midfield, playing as a number 10. Then Bruno played wide, and Rashford was given a free role. So it was very hard to get him out of the game. Sometimes he would drift right, sometimes he drift left, then centrally, then deep in the midfield. So he made it hard for his opponents to come up for him. So it shows you how it was hard to really keep Rashford out of this game of football. And I think at Old Trafford, it's really going to be raining goals, according to me, because we are really a killer team at Old Trafford. Then Vermax Perez, Freddie is on form now. Sabitzer will play with Casemiro in the midfield. I think, guys, if you know the system of Erik ten Hag, there is no way Freddie can play ahead of Sabitzer. You know, I've seen Freddie win lots of tackles, but the way he was passing was abysmal. And all those chances that Barca get in the first half almost is Freddie losing that ball. That's it. That's how we lose it. Sabitzer is a better ball player, blocks the ball better. He has a lot of energy. He has a very good pass on him. He can switch the ball to the blind side that Freddie can't. And Freddie has been playing very many games. I don't want to risk any midfielder to an injury because that is on form. Freddie played the first half badly and played the second half badly and played the second half good. He keeps himself in a position of blowing hot and cold every time. You might find him crap in the game of Leicester over the weekend. So Freddie's problem is he's inconsistent. That's his problem. That's his problem. But I think Sabitzer and Casemiro are supposed to play into that double pivot. David is the man of the match today. That David De Gea is the man of the match today. Yeah, he deserves it. He's really one of those that are really going to compete, but I don't really give it now. I'm going to give you my man of the match in the in the player ratings that are really coming in through later after this video. And I tell you what, United has players that have really put in performances for the man of the match. Casemiro is one of those. Rashford is one of those. David De Gea is one of those. Rafael Varane is one of those. I think we're having 4 or 5 players that have gone ahead to put in man of the match performances that we need to go ahead and really applaud. Not so? Then Sir Hendrik, agree with you. Thank you very much for agreeing with me. Always nice having you on this channel. Then we are having David Ibanda. He's telling me that Sancho was below average and we needed to bring on Garnacho sooner. They should be given another contract. I don't think Sancho was below average. You know, this game, It was not all about United having possession. It was all about getting a ball and transit quickly. That's it. And Sancho did his job. He did his job. He got that ball, played us into play. The whole play was really great. But I think he's not yet back to that Sancho that we know because he has just started only 2 games. You get his, remember, he got his debut, he returned in the game of Nottingham Forest. So you people might be really thinking that Jadon Sancho has been playing like Rashford, Garnacho, or who. Garnacho in such games, he doesn't play very well. That's why you see to it that he was brought on when it was almost coming to the end of the game. But Sancho had a very good game, guys. I think you never saw what he did, but he ran. He was hardworking. And if at all you get Sancho hardworking, you just know to it that if at all he picks up onto the level that we know Sancho is going to be, then he's going to be a very good player for the club of Manchester United. And I don't agree with you, David Evander. But for the contract of David De Gea, I'm 100% agree. I'm 100% with you. David De Gea deserves a new contract. Then Agustin Sasubila, De Gea, wonderful saves. Not even one, but he had like 2-3 wonderful saves that keep us in the second half. I think is it Ansu Fati or Lewandowski goes in. I thought it was a goal and really goes with his left hand. He saves it. So he kept us in the game a lot. And I think his world-class status has really served us a lot this season. Then Gabriel Moses Pasco, David De Gea has stopped Rafinha's goal. Oh God, yeah, he did. And he really looked great. He had a very fantastic game. And he did the same against Leeds. He kept us into that game a lot. That Leeds never even went ahead past us. And by the time we scored 2 goals, they had value to them. But if at all we score them, when Leeds has already scored 1 or 2, then those goals mean nothing. So he kept us in the game a lot. Kase is United, and remember, Gavi is out of the next match. Gavi is out, and Pedri is having an injury. We don't know whether he will be past fit to play. Let's wait and see whether he will be part of the traveling squad from Barcelona to Manchester next week. So Gavi out. But even if they're all there, trust me, even if Barcelona has Ousmane Dembele, Busquets, name it, everyone, I think they cannot beat us. If at all we have all our squads back, Barca can't beat us. They are nowhere near United because I believe we are having more technical and experienced players. Because when you look at the center back of Barcelona, it's full of naivety. You get Marco Alonso is not the defender you put in your central defense and know that, all right, I've put in experience. You get? They lack experience. And the departure of Gerard Piqué costed them because Gerard Piqué had slowed down in speed, but he's experienced and he knows how to handle such games. But United had players like De Gea commanding the goal and the defense alongside Rafael Varane, very huge defense, with Casemiro in the midfield. We are having 3 purely experienced players. You get? And where is the experience of Barcelona? It only lies in Lewandowski. And if at all you are not building from behind, then it doesn't make sense. So Casemiro is really good, and Gavi, those are just overrated players according to me. Agustin Sasubila, Bissaka, good game on his wing, but he gave away the ball a lot. I believe he played well, but he gave away the ball a lot because he had costed us close to 3 times. But Barcelona lacked what we call quick transitions. You get? Those triangles and their patterns never really built up very well. But if at all you find a team like City, if at all you watch the game of Arsenal yesterday, Arsenal gave away such balls to City, and every time they gave away a ball like that, it was a goal. You get? You find a team like City, Bissaka gives away a ball like that, trust me, those are goals. But I know the pressure, and I think it's going to be a different state altogether at Old Trafford because we are going to be having 75,000 fans behind us. Then we are having that referee was not. I think the referee was really good because there are even calls that Barcelona we are calling in for penalties that he never gave. That sliding circle of Bissaka he makes on Jordi Alba, that David De Gea really deflects out of goal. They are calling for penalty, a handball on Bruno Fernandes and very many others. But I believe he officiated the game very well. And secondly, one thing you should know is that when a team is at home, there is what you call home advantage. Don't you know that? There is what you call home advantage. And they fed onto that. But coming to Old Trafford, obviously, they are coming to our stadium. And I believe we are going to give them a game, and we'll be having that game advantage too, as far as the officiation of the game will be concerned. Then John Evans, but trust no team can defend Marcus Rashford. And I think if at all he's neutralizing them without Anton Martial, if at all Martial comes in, then he's really going to be so much a better player and score very many goals, because Martial does the hold-up play very well and creates space for Rashford. And you know what Rashford does when he's having space? He operates really better. But Rashford looks unstoppable, guys. He looks unstoppable, guys. But smash the like button. We are having 49 likes with 130 people watching. Let's smash the like button to 100 likes. Then I know Mugisha Willie, our match robbed by the referee. To me, I'm okay with it. A draw is okay. Let them come out to Trafford and we settle that score. We are going to settle it out. Then I'm having Esther Kumaka. Hi, Esther. How are you? And I hope you're really having a wonderful day. Then we are having a Gabadan. Today, Casemiro was overworked due to absence of Martinez. Not even Martinez, but I believe he likes to play alongside people who are really comfortable on the ball. Because when you're having Ericsson next to Casemiro or Sabitzer, we can build up a lot. And I want to see how Casemiro is going to play next Thursday alongside Sabitzer, because Sabitzer is going really to unload most of the hard work from Casemiro. And Casemiro won't need to run a lot like today, but I believe that is going to be sorted in the next game. Then Agustin, Vegas missed a good chance, one-on-one. Yeah, Sancho missed. You get Rashford missed twice. But Vegas really played very well, guys. He missed a very good chance. But for me, what I'm calling for is I want to see such chances being created for Vegas. That's it. I want to see such chances being created for Vegas. If such chances coming through and he misses them, then I'll go out for him. But I want to see every game Vegas being released by Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Anthony, Casemiro, name it. That's what I want. You get? Adepare Opeyemi, Up United, obviously. Glory, Manchester United. Nachitende Esther, hope you are really okay. You said we missed a penalty. It was a penalty, but the referee never gave it to us. Good job done. Obviously, the Catalonia job is done. Now, we are waiting for the Manchester job. On Sunday, we are playing Leicester City, and we're waiting to see how we're going to go ahead and really go against them. Vincent, Mokuya, more clinical. That's it. We need to be more clinical and kill off chances. Then, Agabadan, only one man Rashford destroyed. What if Anthony and Martial were variable? Obviously, that's what we've been discussing about. That if our full squad is back, Barcelona is going to be in danger. Then Muhammad Musa Ahmed, good play United. Obviously, they played very well. Then Barista David. Today, I saw people saying Kunde is better than Bissaka. But for me, the guy is not good. Kunde is good, but the way he's being played, I think he's better as a central defender. He's good. He's good. Good on the ball. He passes well. He's press resistant. But I believe he's in the team that is really in the build-up that needs a lot of time. Barca needs to be given a lot of time to really find itself at those levels. That's it. But he's good. But trust me, if you tell me Bissaka and Jules Konde, I take Jules Konde. I take Jules Konde. Technically gifted. He plays in close to 3 positions of the defense. I take Jules Konde because Jules Konde is like Lisandro Martinez. The problem is Barcelona is really into transition that they must admit. And I believe they brought in very many players that their chemistry has not yet really binded up. But I think they need to improve a lot because they've lost very many players that are really good. Thank you, brother. That is Asimo Hillary. Thank you for watching in. Then I know Mugisha Willie. Hope today Fernandes has done it to his best. He has, but it was a little bit sloppy. I hate it sometimes when he gives out balls like that. You need to make it hard for your opponent to score a goal. You just can't give away balls like that. But he played very well, Bruno Fernandes. He brought in a cross at the beginning of the game, released Veghos, and he really had some good runs. His intensity is really out of this world. He runs around all over that pitch. That is Bruno for you. Nelson Mwesigwa, well done, our players. All right. Thank you. Then Anthony Wogali, let's wait for them at Old Trafford. Remember, Gavi is out of... But Gavi and Pedri, they are nothing, guys. What have they done to us? You know, even if they are in, we can beat them. Talk about the players we are missing. Lisandro Martinez helps us build from the back. Martial, when he's leading that line, our team plays better. Rashford gets space. Anthony, good player. You get Sabitzer or Eriksson. So, guys, for us, we are having huge misses. For them, the only huge miss I'm seeing, I think it's Sergio Busquets, of which he's really running out of steam because of his age. Obviously, Ousmane Dembele putting in threats from the other side of the field. David Keita, Sabitzer, and Lisandro Martinez will help a lot. They will a lot. Bashir Sendagire, well done, Manchester United. Thank you. Then Inyagu Kenneth, I'm very happy for this result. I never expected to pick up a draw. Guys, I told you because I knew they were going to concede goals. Daniel Ibanda, today Bissaka was not at his best. I think the game was really ahead of his mentality. That's it. But I think he'll get better. I think drawing 1-1 and 0-0 we qualify. No way. That is out. The away goals rule is out. United needs a win. Any draw, we go to extra time into penalties. We only need a win. Any win against Barcelona, we go through. We lose to Barcelona, we are out. That's it. Charlie Mazabuka, we need to call out Rashford also. Why does he not pass the ball to Weghorst? On 3 glorious occasions, we were losing, scoring many goals. That's it. That's the composition I'm calling in for the team of Manchester United. We need to be more composed. And these are things that Rashford should be doing. He should be doing these things because Martial does it. Martial does them to him. In the game of City, if we never won it at Old Trafford, you guys would have gone all out and really called out Marcus Rashford. On 2 occasions, with the goalkeeper beaten, instead of going in for a cutback to find Martial to really tap the ball in an empty net, Rashford goes in for selfish efforts. You get, even today, in the first half, he had a chance to do a cutback to Bruno and tap that ball in, and Weghorst were very much positioned. He went in for a curling effort, and it was saved by ter Stegen in a difficult angle, tight angle. You get, do the easy thing, do the cross, because an assist is also a goal contribution. Thomas Donker, this Barca team will place 10th in the EPL. All right. It might be because the EPL is tough, guys. Thank you, Faustin Kabongo, for watching in. Then Asimwe, do our goals count a lot? They no longer count. Our Gaffer is a dream that came true. That's it. Indeed, he's a dream that came true because this guy is a very good guy. He knows exactly what these games mean. And he told us that we have to go all out and win every game. And he wants to be in all 4 competitions. That's the guy. And I think his thoughts are really coming to pass. Thanks for your message, Ismail Mbazila. Thank you for watching in. Then I'm having Asimwe Hillary. Why is Erik ten Hag called a gaffer? A gaffer is another name for a manager or a football coach. That's it. That's why it's called a gaffer. It's another English name to mean a manager. Then Xavi misses next. Gavi. But guys, you guys are just overrating Gavi. You watched him today. What did he do? Can you remind me anything that Gavi or Pedri did on the field of play? They did nothing. You know, I've always told people, I rather fear Ansu Fati than any of those. You saw how Ansu Fati came on through. He had close to 3 shots on target. You get? He had even scored against us and David Gea pulled out a save. But the other ones, they did nothing. What Gavi did was to foul Bruno Fernandes and pull the shot of Fred Rodriguez. What else did he do? Nothing. Charlie Mazabuka, away goals don't count. Whoever scores more goals goes through. We need more crosses in the box. That way we increase our chances of getting many goals. I think at Old Trafford, we are going to really make Barcelona follow the sword of Erik ten Hag. I'm 100% sure onto that. Then we are having Max Perez. Stop thinking about Anthony. He does nothing to us. You guys. But Anthony is really a very good player. I think in the previous games, has gone ahead to be a very good player, unless we are watching a different game of football together. But if I told you you're watching the same game of football, he has been really, really, really phenomenal. He's putting in assists. He's being more direct. And he's trying his level best. You get to turn into a player that we know. And I think Antony is improving, guys. And I'm so much wondering, what game of football does Veg makes Perez watch? Keep your eye onto that guy whenever he's playing. Then you'll let me know what he plays like. Then Odiambo, no chance will be given at OT to the La Liga leaders. Obviously, they need to fall on the sword of they need to fall on our sword. They need, and they have to, guys. They have to fall on the sword of Erik ten Hag at Old Trafford. Trust me. Then Paul, Sebastian, Freddie need to step up his game. Yeah, that's why I believe the return of Sabitzer is going to help us from this Freddie situation, because I believe Freddie will be a better player coming off the bench, but he's not supposed to be a starter in that team of Manchester United. If other players are viable, Freddie comes off the bench. Sabitzer, Casemiro, double pivot. Period. Dixon, Abobio, I think Sancho should improve. Sancho played very well, guys. A player has not been playing for 3 months. This is his 3rd game for United, and you're criticizing him, yet he's putting in performances. No player spends 3 months and really hits the ground running. You wait for Eriksen when he comes back. 3 months are really huge for a player who's not playing football. Let's have some football knowledge to us as far as injuries are concerned. Every time you are injured, you are out of action. It needs you. And you know the problem Sanchez has been having. It has been mental. You get? He is playing very well to me. He's doing his job. Then Casemiro needs to be more disciplined in his play. I think he just does what he has to do. Casemiro just does what he has to do, and it makes us better. Do you know why he does all those fouls and gets yellow cards? Because of the person he's playing with in the midfield. You wait when he's playing with Sabitzer. You're going to see a very huge difference. Sabitzer has a very good positional sense. His game reading is out of this world. They can interchange passes with him in the midfield. Casemiro can trust him with the ball anytime. You get? But Casemiro today had no one to trust with the ball around him in the midfield. That's it. Sancho is good. Then Antony, guys, is a loss to... I'm not going to react to that. If you call Antony fake, then you don't know the game of football. You need to really go on and get your magnifying glass and really put Sancho under a clear navigation. That's it. And put Antony under clear navigation. Antony is a very good player. And trust me, he's improving game in, game out. But these injuries are really a problem to him, because this is his 4th injury ever since in this season. I think that's bad. Damian Di Geno, I'm happy we took the game to Barcelona. Yeah, it was an end-to-end game. And I expected that, because Ten Hag doesn't believe in packing the bus most of the times, because he just comes in with his tactics of really isolating these players out. You get the players that are really good. And for Frankie de Jong, he was nowhere to be seen today. Then Abdulhakim, Wanzala, even Bruno Fernandes was not good. I think he was good, but he was played out of position. You know, I cannot judge Bruno when he's being played at the right wing. His best position is a cam. And that's where he acts best. That's why that through pass he gives to this man, his through pass, where is it? My God, where is it? All right, here it is. This through pass, the through pass he does while he's in his position as a cam, leads to Weghorst missing this chance in the 28th minute. It's Bruno that releases Weghorst like that. So I believe every time he's played as a cam, he plays better. So we just need to see to it that we get in our players back, because he's playing that position because of the injuries we are having. If at all the injuries are really sorted, he will go back in his central attacking midfield position and plays better. Why the referee gave yellow card to Erik ten Hag? The referee was against us. He was, you know, referees have every right to do what they want on the field of play. You get? Ten Hag was expressing his frustrations that the penalty of Rashford was not really given, and he gave him a yellow card. And I don't know who was in the VAR not to give it out. And I don't blame the referee, because the referee was at a distance from him, but who was operating the VAR in the room? He's the problem. He's the snag as why that all results into that. With teams will be fearing to come at Old Trafford. Obviously, that is charity. Teams really fear to come at Old Trafford, and obviously, they are really one of those that are really going to get us into the fortress and win those points. Oleyade Joshua, the yellow cards were many today. 3 to Manchester United, 2 to Barcelona. Then I'm having Ochila, Caesar. I pray Martial gets fit, right? We need him fit because things look like are going good for us. In the league, 5 points behind Man City. If we can put out a very good stretch, we can reduce those points, but we need all these players back and really put in a very good run of not being beaten. Then Olaide Joshua also, we miss a lot of chances. Yeah, the composure is really lacking in front of goal. That's why we need players like Sabitzer, because when you're having a player like Sabitzer, you know that the composition in the final third is really going to improve. And he can find out a pass to players like Rashford and very many others. In the game today, if I don't have Sabitzer, all the games and tackles that Freddie made, Sabitzer would have made them and even registered more. He would have gone ahead to do the needful and obviously release Rashford or do the blind passing like he did against Leeds in the double tie at Old Trafford and at Elland Road. If Qataris take over, the ownership Old Trafford should be built 10,000 capacity stadium. We don't know what their plan is going to be, but let's wait and see what they are going to do when they really come in at Old Trafford. Then Joaquim Odiambo, back at midfield. When we had the ball and play dirty, confidential matters. All right. Back on referees, I think they've been into a case that they gave a certain referee money. So they have some influence, guys. They have some influence because I think UEFA has very many people coming in from Spain. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. It has been nice having you onto this channel, and smash the like button, comment and share. Smash it to 100 times. And that's what I had for you today. It has been nice having you to this channel. And thank you for always keeping it United Matters channel. I sign out for now. See you later. I think I've tackled everybody and I've reacted to every to every message that flew up into the live chat. Rokan David is my name. I sign out for now. See you later. And lastly, I'm having Joseph Sesai. Really, I was not thinking we should win this game of football. I knew we were going to get a draw. Damian, I told him on WhatsApp that we are not losing. You know, Barca is overhyped by these people who are really on media, think that it's a very good team. It's not a good team. But Real Madrid and Barcelona are the only two elite teams in the La Liga. You get the opposition they face in the La Liga is not the opposition United faces in the Premier League. So I think we are a better team. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. I'm returning with their player ratings. Just subscribe and hit the notification bell if at all you are not really subscribed to this channel. I'm out.